For me, as an individual, as a person in general, and as a woman specifically, I hear it all the time. I've heard it, and I can actually say it and mean it. That for me, jiu-jitsu is a way of life. It's part of my life now. I mean, if you look at my car, you see that I'm here almost every day. It's just changed me as a person, as a whole. I did not know exactly what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was, but I definitely knew mixed martial arts just by watching it, and always had a fascination for that. And I've always done physical activity. I've always been very active and doing like kickboxing and things like that, but I wanted to be in an environment where there was more like actual sparring and one-on-one. I started training Muay Thai for a while, which I love Muay Thai. I love the whole kickboxing and sparring, and but as I started to look out the window and see jiu-jitsu going on, I found a lot of fascination with that, and I just was real intrigued about that specific martial art and how you guys wear a gi and how just the movement in general was very fascinating for me. So with that being said, it was last January that I really started to learn what jiu-jitsu was, and when I started to train. Learning in general self-defense as a woman is an awesome feeling. It kind of gives you a sense of power. For me, as personally speaking, I feel like my mind is stronger. I feel like my heart is stronger. My spirit is stronger. And just knowing, that it's like a never-ending learning process. It's awesome. So that's for me personally. It's just basically what jiu-jitsu is for me. It's literally a way of life. But as a woman in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, obviously it's a male-dominant sport, quote-unquote. So that alone was a struggle for me to get used to that. But knowing that my teammates are very supportive, very respectful, very helpful, that really makes it a lot easier for me here at Gracie Barra. That's the experience I have. Elsewhere I wouldn't know, but that's the experience I have. So I've been able to overcome that aspect of it, being that it's a male-dominant sport. The struggles I still have basically is the technique. It's very detailed. It's not something that comes very easy for me. So I love the fact that it's an ongoing thing. So I still have struggles with that. And of course, for me as an individual, is stamina, mind over matter. Now what's the word I'm looking for? The inspiration, the motivation that my teammates give me. And when I speak mind over matter, I say, this is something I love. I'm very passionate about it. I always say it's kind of a love-hate, especially when I struggle, but love always overcomes or surpasses the hate. But I tell myself, imagine if this was a real-life situation. Imagine, God forbid, you just never know. And so I put myself in that frame of mind, and I say, you know what, hey, I love the sport, but what happens if I'm in a real-life situation? Then I need to learn, and I need to make sure that I know what to do should that time ever come. So that's what helps me through those really hard times. If I compare to other facilities that I've worked out at, I can compare students. For example, when you have open mat or open rolls and other people from other schools come in, it's different here. It's more like a family. I know we say that, but it's literally like that. I literally refer to my teammates as my jiu-jitsu brothers, and everybody's just really cool here. It really feels like a family. I'm going to get off the subject a little bit, but my daughter, she's a dancer. I'd rather hang out here than at the dance center with the dance moms, because it just doesn't have the same feeling. Here it's, we're family. So the support on and off the mats. We all have our issues on and off the mats, and we all tend to get really close and supportive, and I love that feeling. And this goes to my son's juniors class, to the adult class, and especially the fact that there's very few women, and I'm one of the very few, and I still get that respect and that support and that motivation. And it's just like, if I have other people ask me, hey, what do you think about jiu-jitsu, and how do you like it? And I was like, you know what, if you're going to start training at Gracie Barra. Don't go anywhere else. I know what I'm telling you. I'm sorry, I'm going a little off, but it's not just, it's a technique, it's the methodology, it's just everything, the philosophy. Everybody has their own personality, everybody has their own specialty, everybody has their own way of teaching as far as you as our coach, and Professor Tyler, and Coach Jimmy, well, I call him Coach Jorge, or Jimmy, and we've got Josh, you know, everybody's special in their own way, but everybody does the perfect job. I mean, everybody's patient, everybody's helpful. I don't know, I couldn't ask for anything more than that. It's just, to me, perfect. Everyone's perfect in their own way. We all know what bullying is, and some children, unfortunately, are more subjective to it. Some children are more emotional. Some people in general are more emotional. I happen to be one of those. He happens to be one of those. And when he started training in jiu-jitsu, I guess it's been about a year for him now, because he started before I did. I think it's been, in June, it's been a year for him. He's grown so much. His self-esteem. He's always been the type of person to follow the rules, you know, and if someone else isn't following the rules, then he gets a little frustrated. But as far as being a little bit just stronger, you know, like I mentioned earlier, he's stronger in mind and heart and in spirit. I think he portrays those same factors, physically, mentally stronger since he started, and he looks forward to it, and he can't wait for tournaments now. He did a couple of the in-house tournaments and did his first real tournament. You know, just stepping on those mats, he was a winner, and you know, it was a really good experience for him. And so now I think he's a lot like me now, is that regardless, he's going to utilize this both as a sport and in real life. And he did have to utilize it last school year, where he's telling me the story about this person, this boy that came at him and was a mom, and all I did was just get in grappler stance, and that's all I had to do. So, you know, he knows what his limits are. My name is Annie Villareal, and I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.